This is my last evening with a 2020 Chrysler Pacifica. We've done over 2,000 miles in this minivan this week, and I wanted to wrap up some of my thoughts on this, give you guys a night drive, do a sound test, and just kind of make a final video on my experience with this Pacifica. One of my favorite features that this thing has is you can remotely open just about everything in this. You're loading the kids in the back, you're loading stuff in the trunk. You can just hit the remote and it'll all open up automatically. One thing you do have to be careful is if you're not facing the direction the car is facing, you have to kind of be careful of which door you're opening and closing. But I love the functionality and the usability of this thing. The stow and go is amazing. If you haven't seen it, check out my previous videos. And ultimately, where this van shines is what we used it for, which was a road trip. I haven't road tripped in a more comfortable vehicle. We drove to Texas. We did 12 hours one day and 6 hours the next, and no fatigue, no pain, no sore spots. These seats are incredibly comfortable. Overall, we averaged about 25 miles to the gallon going on the highway. Regular fuel. Gas was cheap. Excellent visibility, really nice passing power. This is kind of the ultimate road trip machine. It's so easy to live with on long journeys. You've got tons of space and places to put things. You kind of hide everything in the back so it's not rattling around. The stock sound system in this is decent. It's a little bit bass heavy, but it's actually not too bad. I would probably swing for the premium audio if I were a little bit more of an audiophile, but for the standard audio system, this is actually pretty good. The radar guided cruise in this is fantastic. I used it pretty much the whole journey. It does a really, really nice job smoothing out the speed differentials that happen naturally in traffic. It's a system that seems to be pretty trustworthy too. Didn't have any weird flukes or weird instances. I pretty much left lane keep assist off the whole time, and I also turned off automatic stop start. Apple CarPlay, all the integration with the phones worked flawlessly. Overall, I really don't have a lot of complaints on this thing. It even handles a back road pretty well, as you'll see in one of our previous videos. I haven't really spent a lot of time in minivans, and I've never driven a Pacifica or a Chrysler minivan. But I really, really did love this thing on a road trip. Watch this cornering ability. Just amazing. You can even put it into L, keep the revs up a little bit higher. There really isn't a whole lot else I would change or want differently from this. It'd be pretty cool to try the hybrid and see how that is to live with. The plug-in hybrid is a pretty amazing proposition too, with the range that gets. I think on that note, let's go into the audio test and hear what this thing sounds like with this. I believe it's a Alpine stereo. Like all FCA products, you have volume and track controls behind the steering wheel in what would normally be paddle shifter locations. Like I said earlier, this stereo is pretty good. It's not amazing, but I think most people will be very happy with it. We sure were on our journey.
That's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you fit.
Alright guys, you get the idea. And you could turn the screen off with just the press of the button here. That's kind of cool. I like cars that you can do that in. Blue gauges at night and during the day. Kind of a neat look. Yeah, if you are in need of a minivan, I would highly consider the Chrysler Pacifica. And a big reason for that would be the stow and go. No one else has that. It's just so useful. And everything else about the car is also great. My complaints are pretty few and far between. There's a lot of really nice high points here. A few little creaks and rattles, but honestly, once you're on the road and going on highway speeds, you don't hear anything. We covered a lot in this van this week, and if you have any questions about what this thing is like otherwise during the daytime, check out our POV first impressions video or kind of the road trip summary. So thanks again for keeping with us on this one. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments, and hopefully one of these days we can test the plug-in hybrid Pacifica, because that is a pretty interesting option as well. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.